Roger and I connected quite a few years ago. It was actually before, a few months before, maybe a year before Cornerstone was formed. He and his family happened to be at one of the churches where I was ministering for a brief period of time. And when we began to meet in this home over in Libertyville, he and his wife and family happened to be one of the three families that first met. I was impressed right away with Roger's love for the Lord. He's a man of godly integrity, of great biblical knowledge, and coupled with a divine wisdom that I think God has given him. But the thing that most captured my heart was that in spite of, if I can say it that way, in spite of all of the education, in spite of all of the intellectual capability that is reflected in this man's life, that was not his goal. His goal and his heart was for the local church. To see men and women in the local church built up in the most holy faith and become all that God intended them to be. So as Cornerstone grew, Roger and I would meet together on a weekly basis for several hours for prayer. And sometimes we'd have lunch or breakfast or whatever. We'd pray together. We'd talk together. And we were discovering that we were on the same page. Every time we turned the page, we were both on the same page. Same passion, same vision, same heart, same love for the Lord, same desire for the local church. And so as the church grew, I asked if he'd like to be part-time assistant to the pastor, and which he accepted. And as time grew on, said, "Hey, how about full-time?"
There's nothing more important than loving God, first and foremost. Jesus laid it out as the first and the greatest commandment. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. And of course the second commandment, love your neighbor as yourself. It's like the first one and flows from the first one. That's it. And everything that you do, we do, I'll include myself with this, it needs to be toward that end, in loving God. Loving God. Because when all else is stripped away, that's the only thing that matters, that's the only thing that endures. And I think if we're loving God and loving Him biblically, everything else falls into place. In ministry, in life, and everything that we do. Time is too short, our lives are too short to waste it on anything less than that.